Jeez, man. This was hard to watch. This was all the bad words you could think of when it comes to a dojin. When you really watch this episode, man. It had its NTR. It had its public humiliation. It had the gangbang style. It had the harem tag. It had the NTR. I think I already said NTR, but it had it all, man. You can tell the author who created Arifureta really hates heroes when it comes to isekais. He cannot stand them. He can't stand the little goody two-shoes boy who goes to another world, who's happy-go-lucky, who's oblivious to everyone's feelings, who believes in power of friendship, never wants to kill anybody, but is so strong to end conflict and turmoil, but doesn't do it the realistic way. I bet the author kept seeing isekai after isekai being created like this over the years and got so sick of it. Just, you know what, let me create something the exact opposite. I'm going to take a loser, someone who actually has nothing to lose, but still feel like they lost everything. Have them betrayed. Have them go to the deepest pits of an abyss. Have them crawl back out as a completely different person, overpowered, and they're willing to do what it takes to get what they want, even if it means killing people. That is the author's design of Arifureta, the hatred of the hero, and the love for the one who gets it done right. If you don't know, Invincible Season 3 recently came out, and Season 1 said his thing is, you can be the good guys, or you can be the guys to save the world. You can't be both. And throughout history, this is realistic. A lot of people say, oh, of course you can be Iron Man, or you can be Spider-Man, be good, but yet save the world. That's not what he means. He means the real heroes in life, the soldiers, the wars, all the terrorists, all the bad stuff that happens around the world, realistically. And they don't do it that heroic way where they punch the bad guy and send him off to jail and that's it. Sometimes you gotta put some suckers 6 feet under in order to save the day. Just talking things out, getting along with your enemy despite them causing an entire war to happen. I'm looking at you, Naruto. It shouldn't be that way. Realistically, it's not that way. If you have someone like causing an entire war to happen, which causes a lot of people to lose their lives, they don't get it off by a slap on the wrist. No, they get killed. And those who have talent, who were committing crimes, believe it or not, get taken in to do jobs. I'm talking about Invincible here because it's been so interesting that I really like Cecil as a character. But I'm comparing Cecil in a way to Nagumo's ideology, and the author's hatred for people like Koki, who are too morally their faults, but they see themselves as a fairy tale in a way. Their heroism as a fairy tale. They read those books that we all read all the time of not killing, getting along with everyone, giving one a second chance. In reality, it's never really like that. Not the way that Koki perceives how things should be. So, if Koki was the main character, he would be the happy-go-lucky guy who helps people out. Nagumo would have been the villain who rises from the depths, and Koki would have to face Nagumo eventually, or they work together to get things done. And of course, Koki would have girls who would probably love him, but just as Eri said herself, his kindness will make him oblivious to other people's feelings. So, someone like Nagumo shows up, who the girls do flock over. He realizes, hey, he does have feelings for someone, but it's too late now. She looks at Nagumo now, and not him. So now he realizes his feelings. He realizes that, yeah, being the sharp point fairy tale hero ain't all that is meant to be. It really sucks. So there goes Nagumo coming along, just being all badass and everything. And I can see why everyone hates on Koki, and that's the point. The author wants people to hate Koki because he's supposed to be what he hates when it comes to heroes of isekai. He can't stand them. And there's a way to do people like Koki really well, but you gotta give them the right situation. And my perfect example of this is Zack Fair from Final Fantasy VII. If it wasn't for what happened, Zack Fair could have been the hero. In a way, he is a hero to me. He is the hero. as of the things he's done. He has the same personality traits as a typical fantasy hero. You know, he is happy-go-lucky. He's optimistic. He's like a puppy. He wants to save the day. He doesn't want to kill anyone and stuff. He's that hero, but everyone likes him. They don't see him as obnoxious. So why? It's because the situation he is in. Zack is always inside of a very impossible situation where things aren't just working out for him. Terrible things keep happening to him no matter what. But he always pulls through. You know, he keeps going through terrible thing after terrible thing. Loss, betrayal, on the run, all that stuff. Things feel hopeless, but he finds some way to remember who he is and overcomes it to the better end. And of course, he's alive in some other universe when it comes to the new sequels and stuff. So yeah, there's that. Zack never gives up. And because of that, he is one of the most popular Final Fantasy characters of all time. Because he's an optimistic character, but he's put into a very dark situation. Because of that, you can't help not to want to cheer for him. You know, he is someone who does his best, even though not everything goes his way. So therefore, people love Zack. Now, people like Koki, however, where things are supposed to go his way in this fantasy world, people don't care for him. He's annoying. Like, oh god, he's another thing. It's really why like some people don't like Superman, unfortunately. I like Superman. I see more than just him being an overpowered being. I see him supposed to be the ideal of what it means to be all you can be. To be the best person and always do the right thing. Unfortunately, not a lot of people see that. But once again, I'm doing more outside superhero patrols. Because it's dealing with the hatred when it comes to the author and his viewpoints when it comes to isekai heroes, in a way. So, not only does Nagamo shows up during Koki's trial, but he's carrying Shizuku as well. And she wakes up feeling, you know, comfortable around him. So this is some serious NTR right here. Like the author just rubbing it in, the salt in the wound, of course, in it. And then he fuses with his other self, fights off Nagamo. But even with the fusion, he is so weak, because the author wants him to be weak. Nagamo just wins effortlessly. And then everybody else shows up just to watch him humiliate him and insult him. A fool, an idiot. Just, oh my god, man, the beating, emotionally, mentally, and physically, this dude was just taking a beating, man. I mean, he's not bad as Mark from the end of season 1's emotional beating, but it's probably just as worse. So he don't look that ugly and broken like Mark was. But Koki, however, he got it. He got himself some of that humiliation. And it's just terrible, man. Like, damn. And the reason why I don't hate Koki is because he was raised and groomed to be the hero. He was supposed to be the one to save the day. The one everyone's supposed to look up to. That's how he was taught when he went to this world. You know, the one that everyone's supposed to rely on. Then Nagamo shows up. And then realizes things aren't supposed to be the way it is. Now, because it turns out everything's happening because this god is the one that wanted to summon people here and have more of a fun and interesting game. But he didn't count for Nagamo falling into the abyss and coming back out as a very different person. A new kind of hero that people look up to. I guess you can say you see Nagamo as the Cloud Strife or the Squall of the hero's journey. Someone who's very, you know, not as happy-go-lucky or friendly and stuff, but kind of moody, grumpy, and does what it needs to be done in order to save the day, I would say. So there's a big difference between that. And now, him getting publicly humiliated and then beaten up, and then everyone's just caring for Nagamo at the end, like, poor Koki, man. Koki's the only one who didn't pass this thing. But then again, Corey didn't really pass it either because she didn't finish hers either. Technically, Corey didn't finish hers as well, but I guess we'll slip that one under the rug. Okay, fine. We'll just do that. We'll just go with that. But anyways, this was a very... This chapter was hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard to watch. Looking at everything that was happening, like, for you guys, you gotta hit the showers, you know, sit on the bench. You can't handle it. Oh god. But anyways, that's all I got for this review for today. It's nuts. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the background on anime. Signing out.